All right, let's talk about one of the absolute biggest keys to agency growth, your client relationships. I mean, that's what it's all about, right? It's what turns a one-off project into a long-lasting partnership, and today we're going to dig into how you can actually systemize that for success. So first, let me ask you something, and be honest. Think about your own agency right now. Does managing all your client information feel, well, a little chaotic? If you're picturing scattered spreadsheets or crucial details buried deep in email chains, maybe even frantic searches for a phone number, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know how the chaos usually starts? It's like the client's mean details are in one system, project updates live somewhere totally different, and then contact info is saved on 3 different team members' phones. It creates these invisible walls, these little information silos that make it impossible for anyone to get a single clear picture of what's going on with a client. And what's the direct result of all that scattered information? It's missed revenue. Simple as that. When a potential lead isn't tracked in one central spot, follow-ups just get forgotten. That potential client who was super interested, they can go completely cold just because nobody had a clear view of the very next step that needed to happen. And really, this is what hurts the most. The ultimate cost of all this disorganization is losing the very clients you worked so hard to get in the first place. Without a real system to proactively manage and nurture those relationships, trying to keep clients becomes this constant uphill battle. But here's the good news. There is a seriously powerful way to fix this. It's all about making a conscious shift from scattered data to one centralized system. So let's get into why a CRM isn't just some optional extra for agencies anymore. It's an absolute game changer for growth. So what exactly is a CRM? Honestly, think of it like your agency's central brain for everything client-related. It's a single home that brings all your client info together, tracks every single interaction, from emails to phone calls, and makes communication seamless across your entire team. And the transformation? It's like night and day. The before world is all about siloed info, endless manual tasks, and always being reactive. But the after? That's a world where you have a unified view of every client, you can automate workflows, and you can be proactive with your follow-ups. The difference isn't just about being more organized, it's about completely changing how you serve your clients, which, you guessed it, directly boosts your retention. So how do you actually get there? Let's move from the why to the how. Here is a super clear step-by-step checklist for integrating a CRM and finally taking back control of all your client data. When you look at it, the process is really logical. You start by figuring out what you actually want to achieve, then you look at what you're already using. Next, you choose your platform and move your data over. But pay close attention to those last 2 steps, because step 5, training, and step 6, optimization, that's where so many agencies stumble. These are the steps that turn a piece of software into a powerful tool that actually makes you money. Yeah, because let's be real, just buying the software is the easy part. The real challenge, and where the real reward is, comes from actually embedding it into your agency's day-to-day culture. So let's look at how you make sure your new CRM actually sticks around. This quote right here gets straight to the point. A CRM is not some magic wand you can wave once and everything's fixed. Its true power is unlocked when it becomes a living, breathing part of how you work every day, when it's constantly being used, updated, and improved. So how do you keep it alive and kicking? Well, it's a continuous cycle. You schedule regular training sessions to keep everyone's skills sharp. You make simple, clear guides so new hires can get up to speed fast. You have to be relentless about making sure the data is accurate. And then you use the CRM's own reporting to measure what's working and fix what isn't. That cycle is what's going to maximize your return on this whole thing. All right, let's switch gears and do a quick fire round to tackle some of the most common questions that always pop up when agencies start thinking about getting a CRM. First up, the big one, time. How long does this whole process actually take from the moment you decide to do it until you're up and running? You're typically looking at a range of anywhere from a few weeks to about 2 months. Now, of course, that depends a lot on the size of your agency and how complex your data is, but that's a really solid ballpark to have in mind for your planning. Okay, another common worry is about the tech stuff. Do you need to be some kind of coding genius or hire an expensive IT consultant just to get this thing off the ground? And the answer is, it depends. But don't let that scare you. For a lot of the popular CRMs out there, the basic setup is designed to be really user-friendly, and your own trained staff can absolutely handle it. Now, if you're looking at really complex stuff, like integrating with custom software, then yeah, You might want to bring in a professional for that part. This is a very practical question we hear all the time. With so many options out there, people just want to know, which one should I pick? Which one's a good fit for an agency, whether you're in Australia, the UK, or the USA? Now, look, the best one is always going to depend on your specific needs and your budget. But platforms like Salesforce, HubSpot, and Zoho are consistently popular choices for agencies for a reason. They're super adaptable, they can scale with you as you grow, and they make a fantastic starting point for your own research. And that really brings us to our final thought here. This was never just about software or about data. It's about your relationships. Your clients are your single greatest asset. So the real question to leave you with is this: how are you actually investing in them? A well-integrated CRM is one of the most powerful investments you can possibly make to go from chaos to clarity and from just doing projects to building long-term partnerships.